All right, should we do some watch this, bitches?
Sure.
My family and I watched Justice League because it's available for rental now. And I don't know, it was cold out and we didn't have anything else to do. So
What'd you think?
I mean, it's not good per se.
No, it's not good per se. That is inaccurate. Oh, I watched. Okay, never mind. Yes, you keep going.
You've remembered something else that you watched?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'd say the highlight for me was learning that it was only 2 hours long and not 2 hours and 45 minutes long, which is what I thought it was.
Yeah, no, it's not 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah, I thought there was, I don't know, because I guess that's Batman versus Superman was.
That movie is so long.
So long. And I don't know, so I was really happy to learn that it was only 2 hours. I don't know, like, it's like a mixed bag. Like, sometimes I like Batman in it. Like, I kind of think, like, Ben Affleck is not like a terrible Batman. He's got the right look for him. He's sort of like the right age for the Batman they're going for. But I don't know, like he's got like a goofy grin on his face half the time, even when he's in the Batman uniform.
Sometimes he says dumb things. It's like, but Batman wouldn't say that.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, like it's going for like a weird joke. Like it's
Yeah.
Did you see like when Superman? I mean, there's going to be some spoilers here.
Let's spoilers for Justice League.
For Justice League, I'm assuming.
You're fine.
So there's
you're fine.
People may be waiting to rent it like I am. So there will be a few spoilers here. But the movie's so dumb. It's not spoiling anything.
The movie isn't even really a movie. It's a series of episodes.
There's nothing to be spoiled, to be honest. So I won't really spoil any plot, but big surprise, Superman's in the movie.
The Justice League wins.
Superman is in the movie, and at some point when he appears, Batman has like a really weird grin on his face, and it's just, and also he has no shirt on. Superman has no shirt on, and Ty was very concerned about that. He didn't understand why all of a sudden, when Superman returns from the dead, he would have his pants would be fine, but no shirt. It made him very uncomfortable. I was also confused why Lois Lane wasn't just there right away. Why didn't they just have her there?
I don't know. Why was the lighting so terrible on Amy Adams during this movie? Like I feel like they literally went out of their way
to make her
to make her look terrible. Like, oh, and by the way, Lois Lane, you're gonna look terrible in this movie. I would have sued if I was Amy Adams.
She was also dead in the movie. They had to bring her back from the dead.
Yeah, that movie has issues. I mean, the biggest issue with that movie is still Steppenwolf because pointless, completely pointless villain.
Well, he was all CG.
Yeah,
and that's kind of tough to pull off. Like
Superman and Batman are gonna fight a video game boss. I mean,
yeah, and every time they say Steppenwolf, all I can think of is the rock group.
Is the rock Born to Be Wild?
Right, and Magic Carpet Ride.
Yes, and the Pusher.
I know that song, Pusher Man.
Yeah.
What else can we say? Yeah. Ty was concerned by by Superman's nudity, and when Batman started to take off his costume too. It was mindless entertainment. It wasn't. I wouldn't recommend it if you have nothing else to do. It's not offensive. They did keep. I did notice that whenever Wonder Woman was on screen, they do try to pan up her dress as much as possible. I noticed with the camera. But she's probably the best part of the movie.
She's very good in it. The Flash is tolerable.
The Flash, like at some point, you want to like him, but his outfit is kind of whack.
Oh, his costume is terrible,
and his personality is he doesn't seem like that bright. Like sometimes, is he dumb? Is he smart? Is he a genius? It's sort of hard to tell. I don't know. It was all right. And
there already is a Flash on TV that's better. That's the other problem.
Are they making a second one of these?
I have no idea. I don't think they know what they're doing with any of this.
Yeah. Cyborg was like
figuring it out.
I thought Cyborg was okay. Like his costume, I didn't like either. But he's getting an upgrade, I guess. I think at the end of the movie he gets an up. They show his costume looking less lame, I guess is the word. I don't know.
I feel bad for the actor that played Cyborg because it
was just his head.
I couldn't even tell you his name.
It was just his head.
Yeah.
That's all it was in the movie. Just a head floating around.
Like sometimes I
In
forget
CG.
that he's in the movie.
We like Cyborg. Ty likes Cyborg a lot, so we.
My kids love Cyborg. Teen Titans Go is their thing. That's their jam. So Cyborg is their entry. For my kids, the entry into Justice League is Cyborg.
It's actually he's one of the more interesting characters when you think about it, because it's a whole Frankenstein thing going on, and plus he's got cool powers too, and he's really powerful.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He would have if you did it right, he could have a cool standalone movie. And I bet you after Black Panther, DC is thinking like, hey, can we how about Cyborg becoming a tentpole for us?
Give it time.
We're still watching Jessica Jones on Netflix.
Really, still, huh? I kind of fell off the
a lot of people
Jessica Jones wagon.
A lot of people seem to agree with you and are not interested in the second season. But
it's not even that I'm not interested. I was, and then because I enjoyed the plot line, and then as I felt the plot line starting to get thinner and thinner because they didn't know how to make 13 episodes out of it, that's when I lose interest.
How far did you get?
Like 4.
I think we're past you then, or right around where you are.
Mm.
I'll tell you what. I mean, I liked the first season of Jessica Jones, but I actually found it too disturbing, mostly.
Yes,
most
the first
episodes.
season, yes, that was a very dark, scary show for me too.
Yeah, and it was almost like I spent most of that season watching it in the reflection in my window, so I kind of appreciate that this season it's less graphic for sure, and sort of more about people and people issues than watching people destroy themselves, physically destroy themselves in disgusting ways. So I'm kind of glad about that.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to say that we finished watching Planet Earth Season 2, or Planet Earth 2. I don't know what it's officially called. But the last episode is about cities, and it's really cool. You'd think that would be the lamest one, but it's actually, I learned a lot, and New York was in it too, so that was kind of cool.
Excellent. I'll have to check that. I haven't watched any of it yet. For no reason.
Peregrine Falcons.
Yes, I'm familiar with Peregrine Falcons in New York City.
Yep, that they're featured in that.
They're very cool.
I have to apologize to our listeners because there are snowplows going by, and you will hear the beep, beep, beeps of the backup noises from time to time.
Excellent.
Wombat, just go beep, beep, beep every once in a while to throw people off.
Boop, boop, boop. Do you want to read this from Pfeiffer?
Yeah, I just pulled this out of the CAG Discord, which I'll mention in a little bit. This is from Pfeiffer. You can file a wrinkle in time under "Don't watch this, bitches."
Well, it's too late for me.
Yeah, I heard.
So I saw Wrinkle in Time in the theater on Saturday with the whole family, all 4 of us.
Mm-hmm.
And both my wife and daughter read the book. My kids liked the movie, but I think they just like going to the movies. So
Sure.
Because that's like a thing.
Popcorn, eat the popcorn, eat the
Popcorn,
candy.
a little bit of candy, big comfy seats. You're out of the house. It's like a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't particularly like the movie very much. It's not that good.
Yeah.
It's not very good at all. It's actually kind of bad.
Yeah. Ty read the book and he said he liked the book, but he asked me what the Rotten Tomato scores are now. So when I told him it was 40
it's not even that. It's okay. Again, this is the same kind of spoiler like a Justice League spoiler. At the end of a spoiler alert for A Wrinkle in Time, a property that's been around since 1962, and this is the 3rd movie that they've made of it. In 3, 2, 1. So she wins at the end. Again, not really a big spoiler per se, but when she wins, the 3 witches show up. The good witches, they just show up out of nowhere, and they look at her and they're like, "Congratulations, you did it." Like the end of a video game from 1990.
Is it spelled? And congratulations is spelled wrong.
It might as well have been. It was like that. It was all I could. It's like all I could see. Like, congratulations, you finished the game.
It's like they wanted to. The movie was originally supposed to be like 20 minutes longer.
Exactly, and they didn't know how to end it, so they just had. And then they show up and say, "Congratulations, you won the movie."
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, that's how I would describe it. It's bad.
Yeah, I think the next movies we'll be watching in the theater will be Avengers. What are the next big ones?
I bought my Avengers tickets already.
I'm not doing that.
I did. I bought them.
Crazy bad. Oh, Ready Player One.
That's this weekend or next week? This weekend.
This one.
Yeah, I saw. No, there's Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, that's soon too. Yes, there's a lot of good stuff.
Got a new X-Men movie coming out.
Ready Player One's supposed to be good, right? They said they changed it from the book, so it's good.
Solo.
So no. No go solo.
Come on, Solo, YOLO Solo.
No go solo.
I'll go solo.
You damn straight you will. That's for sure.
Enough of that. That's enough of that.
It's the truest thing.
Mm.
Shanafan.
Yes.
Writes in. Shanafan was supposed to come to New York today and for work, and I was going to have lunch with him. And then he decided not to come because of the snow. And it was the right decision because his flight got canceled anyway.
There you go.
So it all worked out.
Smart guy.
Shanafan writes in and asks, is Wombat going to watch the new DC show Krypton on Sci-Fi?
I am about as interested in learning about Superman's grandpa.
That's what it's about?
Yeah.
Superman's grandpa.
Yes.
So what's his name?
I don't care, L.
Noel.
Noel. It's he's not an old man in it, obviously.
No, I get
it's
it.
like it's him as a young man. But I just don't care. I don't care about the politics of Krypton.
Right. Are they trying to go for a whole Gotham thing?
I think so, and I just don't care. I know that, and it's funny because they're trying to get people like me interested in it because the trailer, commercial, whatever you want to call it, shows Adam Strange in it, who's like a good C-list DC character. And they bring up the name Superman. But if you don't do this, you'll never have your grandson. And your grandson is Superman. And he's the greatest hero that has ever lived. And I'm here to remind you that you'd rather be watching a show about Superman.
All right.
Because they know that we'd all rather be watching a show about Superman. And Krypton just doesn't cut it.
Speaking of Superman,
yes.
In Justice League,
he's in it with his weird face. Yes.
Is it just me? I'm not sure. I haven't paid very close attention to the previous movies in this universe. Mm-hmm. But Superman seems after he sees Lois and calms down and stops punching everybody. But
I kind of like that scene. But yes, where Superman beats up the rest of the Justice League, I'm there. I'm here for it.
It wasn't that long. Fine.
Yeah. Again, that movie's a series of vignettes.
He comes back from the dead.
Yep.
He's beats up the Justice League mostly, sort of, kinda. Then Lois Lane comes up, and now he's mellowed out and stops punching everybody.
We should just call this episode, by the way, Justice League spoilers. But anyway, go ahead.
Then after Lois comes up, he seems, not only does he stop punching everybody, his personality in general just seems to be better.
Yep.
Like he's not
a wet blanket dick. Yeah.
Yeah. But maybe this is because he doesn't have that many lines in the movie.
No, it's because all of his scenes were rewritten.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's all reshoots. It's just, they went from Zack Snyder and then it was all Joss Whedon who took over, and that's why it feels more like, it has snappier dialogue, like the Avengers all of a sudden.
Right. Well,
because they got that guy to write new dialogue for Superman.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
You know, and they do a lot of revisionist history of the last movie in this movie, you know, even when Ma Kent and Amy Adams, who again look the same age when they're sitting together next to each other, because they're not that far off in age.
Right.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Right.
It's just, it's just kind of funny to me. And they're talking about how crime is on the rise because Superman's gone and everyone's lost hope because Superman was so great.
Sure.
But in the last movie, Superman saved nobody.
Not only that, but he was causing a lot of controversy, right?
In the first, yes, people
there was like all this
hated
controversy about whether.
Remember when Holly Hunter blew up next to a jar full of urine?
Right, that's what I mean.
Because they were having the "We Hate Superman" hearings. Yeah.
Here's the other thing: when they bring him back from the dead, right, and they don't know how he's going to react, they think he might be a little confused, right?
Yes.
So
understandably,
you come back from the dead, you're
going to be a little off.
Just like in the movie, they say Pet Cemetery situation, right? Mm-hmm. Or in the DC universe, the Lazarus pit.
Yes.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Come back, you're a little crazy. So if you're going to prepare for that, okay, yeah, you have Lois Lane, but why not just a big billboard that says Martha? Don't you think that could have really just prevented everything? Who wouldn't have punched a single person?
Martha.
Just be
or
like,
Batman should have done it again. He should have just been like, they should have done it in reverse. See, that's better writing, because in the first movie he says Martha, and then Batman's like, "What'd you say that name?"
Right.
What'd you say that name? And this, it could have been the other way around, and Batman would have been like being choked by Superman. He would have been like, "I got Martha in the car, Martha."
Oh yeah, we got the mom. Why didn't she bring the mom?
And then Superman would have been like, "Well, Martha, why'd you say that name?" And then you have full circle. Then you have full Marthas.
Well, they could have had Martha on standby and Lois and a billboard.
Yeah, the movie could have gone full Martha, and it didn't.
Well, it all worked out in the end, I guess.
I guess so.
Why'd you say that name? And then off scene, you don't see them, but Lois and Clark take a bath and Clark's got all his clothes on.
Of course,
boots.
After they, she puts the ring on in the cornfield.
Right. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shirtless in the cornfield.
Yep.
Fully dressed in the bath.
Yep.
Just to make sure we got this all together.
Yeah. And then it's in the cornhole in the bathtub. Hey-oh.
Wah, 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 wah.